Today, cattle rebounded. The market consolidated, thank goodness, after the big fall off yesterday. It kind of came back, not quite halfway, but gave us a little bit of hope that all isn't lost. So everyone can kind of take a breather a little bit. And of course, we're right ahead of the election, and we're expecting that no matter which way it falls, it's going to bring on a lot of volatility. For now, though, the futures have stabilized, and after yesterday's crash through a lot of the big support levels, we're on a wait and see until tomorrow to find out, what's happening. The market really today held pretty steady and with very light trade. A lot of traders have moved to the sidelines. They're not really sure what to do. Now, the feeders were steady as well. Now, they were holding on to that lower end of the downturn. Now, it's a little bit lower than the live cattle. Now, we've been watching that they've been in lockstep mostly all summer long, but over the last couple of weeks, feeders have taken on a little bit of a stronger role and a move to the downside. So if the feeders are any indication that the market looks weak and the outlook also is a little bit bleak. However, we are in an oversold situation, so perhaps this is going to bring in a few bargain hunters to come in and stabilize the market. We have to wait for the election to see what's happening, and perhaps we're going to step up and swing the market back up, especially because a lot of traders, a lot of fund managers, commercial and non-commercial alike, have all moved to the sidelines. The risk is just too high now with huge fundamental news on the horizon. Once we get that, I think that everyone will jump back in, and we're going to see people stirring it up a little bit. The big play today was in the hogs. The hogs was limit down. Now, we've seen most of the markets really just kind of holding up, waiting for the election, but not the hog market. The report of big supplies really hit the futures hard. And but one thing that's kind of interesting is that big supplies have existed since the trade war even started. So we know that they've been there. So perhaps it's just the announcement of it that makes everybody remember that what we're dealing with. Even though there has been some talk to kind of alleviate things that happened with NAFTA, there hasn't been all that much movement. And so the futures have been moving on the idea that we're going to start to eat through some of these supplies, going forward. That being said, it actually hasn't happened yet. And so when we stop to take a look at the supplies that we have now, they are pretty plentiful, and sometimes it makes people a little bit worried. Now, depending on which way the election goes, I think that it's going to really dictate a lot about where we're going to go with the pork production and with the lean hog market. It's something that we have to watch very closely, because soybeans and the hogs have been the most affected by the U.S.-China trade war, and I expect that there's going to be a lot of volatility in both of those contracts come tomorrow morning.